Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Scott, and I'm back with another video. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, definitely drop down below, hit that button, and hit the notification bell button as well, because you don't want to miss a single drip drop of the news that we got for y'all. And today we got a lot to discuss. There's a lot of news coming out of ATL for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We got to talk about some Basketball Wives news. We got some new information for you on a new castmate. We got to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, of course. So it's a lot to cover today, so get your cup of coffee, get your cup of tea, or whatever you want to sip on and relax. Let's get into this news. All right, now The Blast is reporting that Porsha Williams has paid off her $240,000 tax lien. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I know that's a relief because we all gotta pay taxes in some way, shape, or form. And I guarantee there have been many of us that have had either audits or had to, pay some extra taxes out of something that we didn't even know we needed to pay taxes on. So for me, I feel like good for you, Porsha. Let me tell you something. I really felt like last season was Porsha's season. And what I love hearing is that she's able to actually take care of this debt and just get rid of it as she moves on into this new season. Now, we also got to discuss all that's going down with her and Dennis right now. So let's get into that. Okay, so last week, you guys will know that celebrity blogger, I love her to death, Tasha K reported on a lot of information that came out about Dennis McKinley. And these were allegations, and Dennis has actually responded via page 6. So I want to get into what his response was, and then I'm going to get into my thoughts about it as well. All right, you guys ready? Let's talk about it. So it says Dennis McKinley and Porsha Williams' relationship may be rocky, but he says it has nothing to do with alleged infidelity. McKinley, 38, has been accused of having an affair with WAG's Atlanta star Sincerely Ward by YouTuber Tasha K. But a rep from McKinley told Page 6 on Friday that McKinley has never met Ward and plans to take legal action. A lawyer from McKinley told us that Tasha K, real name LaTasha KB, published a series of false, salacious, and slanderous allegations against Mr. McKinley, either knowing they were false or with a reckless disregard for the truth of those statements. The derogatory comments about Mr. McKinley are made solely to damage his reputation, jeopardize Mr. McKinley's ongoing businesses, and negatively impact his family. Mr. McKinley is sickened by the unprovoked and unfounded assassination of his character and reputation perpetrated by Ms. Kebby and her co-conspirators. Ward, 35, also denied any involvement with McKinley. I literally have absolutely no clue how this rumor started. I just noticed maybe a couple of days ago, like weird ghost accounts started coming after me, or saying, I'm happy for you and Dennis, and some weird stuff she told us. Number 1, I know Porsha and I respect Porsha, and I would never be involved in this kind of trash. Number 2, I've never met this guy a day in my life. I don't know how my name got thrown into it. However, Tasha K is sticking to her story, telling us she received the information about the alleged affair from a well-trusted source. She also stands by the allegations she made in a separate video that McKinley is allegedly a get-rich-quick scheme artist. A rep from McKinley told us Tasha K's accusations are defamatory, libelous, and gross. My attempts to ignore this slander have only empowered Ms. Kebby to create more false accusations. We have already engaged the YouTube legal department about these outrageous statements and will seek every course of remedy available to us to protect my good name. So let's get into this, shall we? Before we even talk about that, I want to point out to you guys that Media Takeout is also reporting that Porsha was spotted at the Atlanta Women's Expo this past weekend with a new wedding band on. So they're speculating that maybe there was a secret reconciliation and a secret marriage. Now, let's really get into it, because I want to talk about my advice for all parties involved. This is what I would say for him to do. I probably wouldn't even bother trying to sue a lot of these media outlets and bloggers, mostly because I feel like I always think about Jay-Z and Beyonce and Solange in that elevator, okay? And here's the thing about it. We don't really know what went down. There has been a lot of speculation about it. They've hinted at it in their music, but at the end of the day, they emerged from that elevator stronger than ever. So if I were Dennis and Porsha, which Porsha for her part has really said nothing throughout this entire situation, I feel like she should say nothing in this entire situation. I think that she should take the Beyonce route and let her actions and what comes out on the show speak for itself. Also, too, if I were Dennis, because if this whole peach lemonade thing is a product of his business savvy, then I would let Peach Lemonade TV speak for where he and Porsha may be in their relationship. I don't necessarily guess I mind him coming out in the press and saying these allegations aren't true. I guess I just feel like sometimes it makes you look extra guilty when you try too hard to defend yourself, because I often feel like the truth speaks for itself. And I often feel like also too, if you're not guilty, you don't need to work so hard to prove your innocence, right? But I do get his need to want to make a statement about it, but I think it should go no further than there. And I think that everything else should belong on, his or their platform, which is Peach Lemonade TV and the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if they had a YouTube channel, they should get on there too, because I think that Porsha's life is fascinating enough, particularly as being a new mommy, that, if she were to start on YouTube, she would have a very successful and popular channel. Why? Because I feel like she has the personality. Dennis has the intrigue. And so I feel like putting those two things together, people would watch, particularly on YouTube, because it's free for people to watch. Now, if they wanted to put it on Peach Lemonade TV, it would also be another good outlet for them to address these types of things, because I feel like then you're making people pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would be the smarter business play in this sense. Also, I want to touch on Sincerely Ward. Now, again, Sincerely Ward is somebody that I follow. I think we both follow each other on Instagram, and I've always thought to myself, like, damn, like she's like, this is I don't know what she does. I know that she has several business endeavors that she engages in, and she seems pretty successful at it. I think that what her next steps should be is to utilize the spotlight as it is right now, and perhaps parlay that into getting on another reality show. Because I can see that in her future, because I feel like people are interested in her right now. I think that her life is fascinating and interesting, and I think that we would like to see more of her. I've wanted to see more of her since she was on the New Atlanta. I wanted to see more of her outside of the whole WAGs situation. I feel like she has something there, and I don't know, again, whether or not she's had any dealings with Dennis or not, as these allegations are saying. I just feel like, utilize this moment with a resurgence to get up your product sales. You know what I'm saying? Start advertising your businesses all up and through the internet. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of this, because at the end of the day, this is one of those stories where if it cannot be actually proven true yet, you should be like, okay, y'all talking about me. How am I gonna make the most of it at this moment? So that's my advice for what each party in this situation should do, because guess what? People who are writing news and writing blogs, we basically, a lot of us, blogging can work in a couple of different ways. You know what I'm saying? Some people break stories, and some people sort of compile stories and provide commentary. I like to provide commentary about things that we see in the news, and I want to give it to you guys because I know that you guys are as obsessed about it as I am. So with that being said, I feel like they can utilize this to their advantage. I feel like that would be the smarter play. But that's just me, to keep people looking and guessing and searching and hoping for a very, very profitable online streaming platform and a great season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Next, we got to talk about Porsha Williams and Kenya Moore filming together at the Atlanta Women's Expo. Now, last week we told you guys about Marlo, Cynthia, Kanye, and Porsha all attending the Atlanta Ultimate Women's Expo this past weekend in Atlanta. Now, this is also the point where it is being reported that Porsha was spotted with a wedding band. Kenya Moore was also seen with Porsha, so it is obvious that Kenya Moore is filming for the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 12. So hopefully a lot of you guys who are Kenya Moore fans are excited about that. I'm actually kind of excited about that too. I feel like this has been like years in the making. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm so excited to see what it looks like to see Porsha and Kenya getting along for the first time ever. This is going to be an epic season, so I'm really, really excited about that. In other news, guys, as of today, Greg Leakes is going in for his final surgery. So keep your prayers up for Greg as he continues to go through this battle and go through this journey. We want to wish him the best. We want to wish him much success as he goes through this. Now, also this past weekend was the Wearable Art Gallery. It was a gala, excuse me, and that is put on by Miss Tina Lawson and her husband. And of course, all the celebrities were there. We had Fiancé, we got Kylie, we got Michelle, and even Miss Tanya Sams was there. So she was there rocking this outfit. You guys can actually go to her Instagram and find out more about what she was wearing, who she was wearing, what time she got there, all that good stuff. I'm not surprised to see Tanya at an event like this because I feel like fashion is a part of her aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and I like that she's making her mark on the fashion world in some way, shape, or form. And I would actually love to see her do more with fashion and technology in some way, shape, or form. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments. I know a lot of you guys aren't here for Tanya, but I am. So I'm kind of excited to see her stepping out and about at events like this. And I would like to see Marlo at an event like this as well. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Now, we got to get into some Basketball Wives news. Okay, so you guys know that season 8 is going to be starting on June 19th. That's Wednesday, June 19th. That's coming up soon. What you guys may not know is that according to BET, we will have a new cast member named Phoebe Torres. Now, I want to read you guys the caption. It says here, Basketball Wives has a brand new cast member and she's not afraid to make a few enemies. Her former man plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. His name is Lance Stevenson, and she's the mother of his 2 children. So it's interesting to me because I'm wondering what enemies is she gonna make? You guys think that she's gonna be making enemies with somebody like Evelyn or maybe Jennifer or Malaysia? It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. I'm always interested when they bring in a new character because I'm kind of interested to see how they're gonna shake up the dynamic of the show. So you guys be on the lookout for Phoebe. I've posted her Instagram here so you guys can follow her and read up more about her there. Also, we gotta get into Real Housewives of Potomac. Last night was a mess. Okay, so last night, Real Housewives of Potomac were in New Orleans, learning a lot more about Giselle's history. And I gotta say, let me just dive right into this, okay? Giselle, leave Karen alone. Leave Karen alone. I just feel like I love Giselle. She's one of my favorite characters on the franchise. She's one of my favorite characters in the Housewives franchise in general. And I just want to say that I think that her and this whole storyline with Karen, I think she just needs to leave Karen alone and let her be for a second. I think that what Karen is dealing with is so monumental in terms of losing her parents that I don't think that this is something that we want to even touch in terms of, you know, shade or anything like that, because I just feel like it's such a sensitive topic and I can't even imagine, you know, how she must feel and what that must feel like to go through that. So I'm gonna have to be team Karen on this one and say, Giselle, no, you need to back up. However, I will say this though, I appreciate Giselle for doing her job as a housewife and, you know, stirring up a little bit of drama. Now, I also gotta talk about, is it me or is having Katie around kind of refreshing? I mean, it's not like she's bringing that much drama, but I like Katie in general as a person. Interviewing her, she came off very refreshing, very, I just liked her. It was something I liked about her, but Also, too, I feel like she's a breath of fresh air on this show because I feel like she just says what people at home might be thinking. You know what I'm saying? The other thing that I really want to talk about from last night is, Robin, we knew there was some white in your background. We knew that already. So this came as a shock to absolutely no one that you might be 59% European. I mean, listen, come on now. I probably am too. You know what I'm saying? Just because. I mean, we know how things went back in the slave days. Come on now. We know what happened. We know what happened. So let's not even act surprised, anybody. Let's not even act surprised about it at all. Next, I want to touch on Ashley and Candace. Okay, so it pains me to say this because I really love Candace. She was one of the first Potomac Housewives that I interviewed, and I like her. I like her a lot, and I feel like we could hang out. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm gonna have to say I'm Team Ashley on this whole pregnancy debate because I feel like at the end of the day, the girl is not pregnant yet. It would be a different story if we were saying, oh, Ashley's pregnant and drinking. Okay, then that's a different story. But y'all comment on this down below, especially the women out there. I think I'm Team Ashley because none of the other women who have all had kids are in any way, shape, or form concerned about Ashley's drinking in her attempts to get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? We all know, based on the episode, that she actually came on her period, so she's not actually pregnant at the moment. And at the moment, also, she's also not actively trying to get pregnant, as in she's not having, you know, relations with her husband right now. So it's like, come on now. And honestly, I feel like, but I appreciate Candace for yet again doing her job and calling Ashley out. I feel like she pulled an Ashley on Ashley because Ashley is very quick to call people out on their stuff, but she's not so, she don't like it when they come for her. But what I can tell y'all is Ashley knows how to read. Ashley does know how to read. Come on now. Y'all got to give it up one time for her, and then y'all, they were going at it on the Twitter last night. Yes, indeed, and Kris Bassett got involved. Now, listen, I like Kris a lot, actually. I feel like we can hang out as well. I really wasn't here for him kind of getting involved in the women being it, as Nene used to say. But I guess he was defending his wife, you know, and Ashley wasn't here for that. So they went at it. Shout out to the Boss Squad for catching this bit of shade that was going on last night during the episode, because it's going down. This should be very interesting to see how this all plays out, because I'm just waiting on Candace or Robin to drop this gem that we all holding on to about something that Michael allegedly said about wanting to, you know what, to somebody's you know what. So I'm waiting on this to drop, because that's, to me, when this season is really gonna jump off. Comment below if y'all ready for this. Also, comment below on what y'all think about this whole Porsha and Dennis situation. Do y'all think they should just actually take the Beyonce and Jay-Z route and just let it ride and make their own statements their own way and make people pay for it? You know what I'm saying? Would y'all be here for that? Seeing them actually talk about a lot of this on Peach Lemonade TV or on their own YouTube channel. What would y'all think about that? Would y'all be here for it? Are y'all gonna sign up for Peach Lemonade TV? What do y'all think about this in general? And are you excited about seeing Porsha and Kenya Moore filming again for the first time in a really, really good place? Are y'all here for that? Are y'all looking forward to the new dynamic duo in season 12? And what do y'all think about this whole situation with Candace and Ashley? Whose team are y'all on? Are y'all team Candace? Y'all team Ashley? Let me know in the comments. Let's shake them up. Let's shake them up. If you guys haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button down below. And also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Scott. And guess what, guys? I will see you in the next video.